Hey, Chris here with CheckSix Marketing, and today I want to talk about a very important topic when we're talking about advertising, especially digital advertising, and that is the difference between leads and impressions. So when you do digital advertising, there's going to be a wealth of data that's available to you. You're going to get all this information back, whether that's you're running your own ads or if you're hiring a company to run ads for you. All this data is available, and we use this data to make sure that we can hone your campaigns down so that we can be better stewards of your advertising budget. So again, digital marketing, lots of data comes out of digital marketing, and that can be very helpful, but it can sometimes be confusing as to what all these terms are and what they really actually mean. So the thing I want to talk about today is leads versus impressions. So I'll start out by saying an impression is just how many times your ad has been seen by somebody on the internet. Now, a good impression is seen by a human, but that's not always the case. Sometimes impression numbers include how many times bots have seen it, and of course, bots are kind of useless, right? A computer isn't gonna reach out to your company and want to buy your product or service. They're really there just to waste your advertising budget for various reasons, but that's a whole nother video onto itself. We'll do that one later. But for now, I want to talk about impressions. So impressions at its very basic level is how many times somebody has seen your ad, and that can be in the thousands, it can be in the millions, but it's just really how many people have seen the ad. So if you were to think about like a billboard on a highway, an impression would be how many cars drove by that billboard. Now, it doesn't tell you on impressions how many people stopped and really looked at your ad. It could be just how many people scrolled by the page and your ad happened to be on that page. That's going to count as an impression. So just because you have high impression numbers doesn't necessarily mean that those are going to convert to people picking up the phone or people filling out a lead form and giving you their information. So impressions are good. They're a good number to have, but just remember they can also mean a couple different things. First, that somebody just scrolled by your ad and they didn't really look at it. I mean, they could have looked at your ad for 30 seconds or more. You don't really know. That impression number doesn't really tell you. So that doesn't tell you the quality of that advertisement or the quality of time that people are spending looking at your ad. Impression is just simply how many people saw your ad. And again, if you were to think about it like a highway, if you have a billboard on the side of the highway, the impression count would be how many cars drove past the billboard, but you don't have no idea how many people in the car actually looked at the billboard, right? And then how many people in cars looked at the billboard and said, oh, hey, I need to call them later, right? So really the impression numbers, usually they can get pretty big. And again, that's not an indicative quality of how many good people have seen and interacted with your ad. Just simply how many people have kind of cruised by. Now, a good portion of those people or some portion of those people are going to interact with your ad and read it and that sort of thing. But that impression number doesn't really tell you that metric at all. All right, so the other metric I want to talk about is leads, and leads are completely different because for a lead to happen, somebody's got to stop and do something intentional. And that's really good because if a lead comes in from a website or a funnel or wherever it comes in from, and it hits your inbox and it says, this person is interested in this thing and here's their phone number and here's their email, chances are you're going to have a good chance at converting that lead into an actual customer. Whereas with the impressions, you're just getting a number of how many people saw your thing. Now, sure, some of those people could have called you up on the phone. They could have sent you an email, whatnot. But that number, that impressions number, doesn't really tell you how many people did that. The leads is much different, and it tells you how many people have actually taken an action, and that's really good. So if you get leads from your website or you get leads from a funnel or some other source, those are really good to follow up on because chances are it's going to be easy to convert those into customers. And again, the leads are really important because those are customers that have taken time out of their day to say, hey, I want more information about your thing, or I want to buy your product or service. So if you get a lead in your inbox, it's really important that you follow up with that lead as soon as you can. If it comes in over the weekend, follow up with it first thing on Monday morning. If it comes in middle of the afternoon on a Wednesday, make sure by the end of the day on Wednesday you've contacted that customer, or at least reached out to him on email and said, hey, I'll contact you on Thursday morning or something. But we've seen where sometimes we generate leads for customers and they let these leads kind of sit in their inboxes forever and they become stale. So the customer's like, well, I didn't hear from that electrician and I went out and picked another electrician. So leads are definitely like a perishable product. They definitely will turn on you. And so that's why when you get a lead in your inbox, you want to follow up on it really as quickly as possible. So there you go. That's my quick video for today. That's my Tesla talk on leads versus impressions. And just when you be smart about your own marketing, you kind of can take control of your own destiny, and it really can help build your business there. All right, so that was my little talk on impressions versus leads and the difference on them, and why it's important to follow up on a lead just kind of as soon as it hits your inbox. So if you have any comments or questions, stick them down below in the comment section. We'll be sure to answer those. And if you are looking for a marketing agency, we would love to talk with you and see if we're a good fit. Our agency is CheckSixMarketing.com, and we're locally based here in Wichita, Kansas, but we do work all over the country. So yeah, go to our website, CheckSixMarketing.com, and hit us up. And I hope you found this content helpful, and we'll be putting more of it out there soon. So next time, we'll see you later.